Hey guys, this is Nick. I'm here to do a follow-up on my last boxing video, which was emphasizing the jab and then the cross. We're going to do a quick recap, and then we're going to add a hook. So, what we went over in the last video, and this time I'll back up so that you can see my feet a little more clearly, was, let me see, alright, there we go. As we jab, we're coming down and off center, so that if our opponent's throwing a punch back at us, we're not in the way of it. And then as we cross, we're coming back up and moving our head off center again. So my head's going to move on a little parabola here, a little arc, to get back up to center and then off center like I'm slipping, but throwing out a punch at the same time. Meanwhile, my rear leg is going to be kicking out my heel as far as is comfortable, driving all my weight onto my front leg and creating that kinetic chain and torsion that's going to bring force up from my foot to my knee to my hip, up my spine, turn my shoulders, and come out through my hand. Not quite as cool as throwing a fireball, but it's what we got. So, jab and cross. The punch that we're going to be adding on to this is called a hook. I throw mine like with what I've been told is called like a beer mug fist, or holding a beer mug, like I'm holding a beer mug. So it's like I'm trying to throw a beer mug into the side of someone's head. This punch coming off of my left hand is going to necessitate me pulling my weight onto my rear leg. Usually I'm going to throw it off of my cross. So all my weight's on my front leg now. I need to get it onto my back leg, but fortunately my right shoulder is typically in front of my left shoulder at this time. So it's easy for me to pull back and change that direction. So, as I do that, I'm pivoting on just the front leg, just the rear leg. Just the front leg. Don't pivot both feet to throw the punch, and keep your rear hand up. So, as I'm coming in, my left arm's in front. Maybe I've thrown my jab cross. Maybe I've thrown a feint. Whatever has happened, I've loaded up. My hook hand is, my rear hand for the moment. And I can load up and explode that hook. So at the end of a combination, it would look a little more like this. And so that's usually how I like to throw it at the end of a combination. I'll rarely lead with a hook. If I'm going to, I'm going to flash my right hand, get the person to cover up, and hopefully I can hop in and either sneak something around their guard or start occupying them. So, again, just to recap, off the cross, where all our weight's on our front leg, our rear heel is pivoted, kicked away the hell out. I'm going to bring my weight back, my head's moving on back to center and then off center again, and my hand is coming out not in a big hook, not in a big sweeping arc, but in a small compact motion, almost on a straight line from where it was, and then cutting a hard angle to complete the motion. So once again on a bag, and you don't want to, the last thing to add that I see a lot of newer people do, as they punch, they turn their head, and you'll always want to keep your eyes on the guy, especially when you're throwing a punch that is going to be usually in fairly close range. I could throw it from out here, and I've got to kind of extend my arm a little bit more. I can throw it from in close, which is where I personally like to throw it because I feel like I get a lot more power on it. And if I'm not wearing gloves, and when I throw my long hook, I tend to land with these knuckles, and it's uncomfortable. I don't like it. If I'm gonna hit someone from that far away, I'd rather slap them and then close the distance, or I'd rather hit them with a straight punch where I can hit them with these knuckles. Anyway, that's what I got for today, so thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you all next time.